So let's talk about Underworld Evolution. Is it really that bad as they say it was 15 years ago? Find out right now in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings my fellow YouTubers and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. So I'm going to be bringing to y'all another review of the Underworld series. This time it's Underworld Evolution from 2006. Once again released by Screen Gems along with Lakeshore Entertainment, and once again directed by Len Wiseman, based on with a screenplay written by Danny McBride, from which he and Wiseman wrote the story. Starring Kate Beckinsale along with Scott Speedman again. This, of course, is the second installment. Anyway, now in the film, Celine and Michael fight to protect the future of the Corvinus bloodline from its hidden past. I'll tell you why this film kind of got a bit of hate, but I'm kind of actually happy to be reviewing it just before its 15th anniversary, which is later on this week. Because it came out on January 20th in 2006, and that's 4 days before I turned 26, or was it 36? 26. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got lost there. It was from when I turned 26. That's 36, but I was only playing with y'all. Okay, enough said. Let's just get into this little story. In 1202, an army led by the three vampire elders, Marcus, Victor, and Amelia, arrives at a village full of werewolves. Victor and Amelia capture their target, Marcus's twin brother, William Corvinus, the first and most powerful werewolf, or Lycan as they call him. Despite his defiance, Victor orders that William be imprisoned in a secret location forever. In the present day, vampiress Celine takes Michael to a safe house so that she can confront the vampire regent Craven, and she knows that he intends to kill Marcus and plans to stop him. However, Marcus awakens before Craven arrives and kills him and his men. Alexander Corvinus, aka Lorenz Macaro, an elderly man who is really an immortal, sends in a team of cleaners to investigate the aftermath from the battle in the Lycan's lair. When Macaro examines Victor's corpse, he finds a metal disc inside, which is the match to a pendant originally worn by Sonia. The other half of the pendant is now possessed by Michael after the death of Lucian. Using the knowledge of computers obtained from Craven's blood, Marcus tracks Celine and Michael down and attacks them, but they evade him and hide in a warehouse. And there the two share their feelings and have passionate sex. Which is, okay, but I wish that could have just been left out, the sex. Oh well. Now knowing that the pendant is important to Marcus, Michael and Celine set out to discover why Marcus wants it. Celine recalls that she saw it as a child, but does not know its significance. They travel to the hideout of the exiled vampire historian Andreas Tanis. Tanis reveals that Marcus was the first vampire, one of the three sons of Alexander Corvinus, the first immortal. Marcus was bitten by a bat and metamorphosed. Metamorphosed. It's hard to pronounce. Into a vampire, while William was bitten by a wolf and metamorphosed him, into a werewolf, again. The third son remained human and gave rise to a line of moral descendants, including Michael, who became the first Lycan vampire hybrid. The first werewolves created by William were entirely animal and unable to return to their human forms. Due to William's destructiveness, Marcus approached Victor, then a dying moral warlord, and offered to metamorphose him. Yeah, I got it right. And his army into vampires in exchange for tracking down and stopping William, and in destroying those he had infected. Victor did not kill the brothers because he was led by Marcus to believe that doing so would result in the immediate extinction of all other vampires and his licensed slaves. Tannis further reveals that Celine's father was the architect who built William's prison, and that the pendant is the key. Victor killed Celine's family because they knew the prison's location, but metamorphosed Celine into a vampiress with the location of the prison encoded in our blood. Tannis then refers Celine and Michael to Macaro for help. After Celine and Michael leave, Marcus arrives and drinks Tannis' blood to learn Celine and Michael's location, killing Tannis. Wow. Alright. Now for the ending. You know the procedure. 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on after the 5 seconds. Thank you for your understanding. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Visiting Macaro, Celine and Michael discover he is actually Alexander Corvinus. Alexander reveals that he has devoted his entire immortal life to keeping the vampire-like war a secret and refuses to assist Celine in killing his sons. Marcus arrives, fights Michael, and impales him. He learns the location of William's prison by drinking Celine's blood before mortally wounding his father and obtaining the other half of the pendant. He mocks his father's refusal to help William, revealing that he intends with William to rule the world as the godlike master of a race of vampire-like hybrids. On Alexander's bidding, Celine drinks his blood, enhancing her physical strength and healing abilities to a level equivalent to that of a hybrid. Afterwards, Alexander blows up his ship, killing himself. Celine, aboard Alexander's helicopter, leads his cleaners to the prison to confront and destroy Marcus, but he has already freed William. In the ensuing battle, William bites the cleaners, who thus metamorphose into werewolves. Michael, presumed dead and carried aboard the helicopter, awakens and joins the fight in his hybrid form, killing William by ripping his head off. Oh. Celine engages Marcus in hand-to-hand combat, killing him by pushing him into the rotor blades of the cleaner's crashed helicopter. After the battle, Celine realizes that Alexander's blood granted her hybrid abilities, including being immune to the effects of sunlight, which of course everybody knows is lethal to vampires. End of story. So, what did I think of Underworld Evolution? Well, I must say it's good in ways. Now, I wish it could have done without the little sex between Celine and Michael in ways. Now, it did have a little other sexual stuff, but that was kind of different. And well, with some other characters and what have you. But now, I do agree with what critics said about one thing, and that's why I've read one review saying that every scene is bathed in the color blue, and I have to agree on that. We could have done without that, okay? But even so, it did provide some good action, what have you. And the final battle scene was very intense and what have you. It had some pretty good blood and gore, although I think blood was CGI, but I may be wrong though. Anyway, I actually did recall renting this, and later on that year, because if I'm not mistaken, I remember that was actually one of the first DVDs I ever rented, as a matter of fact. Anyway, but now the cast wasn't too bad. I mean, Give credit to Kate Beckinsale for once again playing Celine, and Scott Speedman playing Michael. Now, also on board is Tony Curran, if I remember, I believe I remember who that got. And of course, I do know who that is, who recently played Rodney Skinner, aka the Invisible Man, in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And he was also in some other movies, including then Gladiator, Blade 2, Pearl Harbor, as well as the Flight of the Phoenix remake. And later on, he'd be in the Miami Vice movie and several other movies as well. Let's see. Playing Alexander is Derek Jacobi, Sir Derek Jacobi, as is mentioned at the scrolling credits. Stephen McIntosh plays Tanis, and we have Shane Brolly as Craven, and Bill Nighy is back as Victor. So anyway, well, the film I'm still say could have done better and not be in blue almost all the time, but I could have used some spin polish and what have you. Yeah, I agree that critics weren't too thrilled with that bit being blue and all that jazz. Yeah, I can understand. The story isn't too bad. Now the score by Marco Beltrami was really good. I'm really glad they brought him on board to do this. And let's see, there was also some good music, but we only got to hear a couple of songs though. The Undertaker by the band Pacifier, and Morning After, done by late great Linkin Park frontman Chester Bennington, which they were both remixes actually. Well, the Pacifier song was just a different mix though, but Morning After was a remix. There's other songs that's on the soundtrack, but not in this movie though. But anyway, with all that stuff, would I recommend Underworld Evolution? Well, yes and no. I'm gonna say you be the judge. If you're a completionist, go ahead and watch it. If you're new to the Underworld series, give it one try, and if you're not satisfied, then I can't say I didn't try. This is kind of a mixed bag for me. So, as I just recently watched it in my 5-film collection that I recently got last year, I'm gonna say Underworld Evolution is okay good, but it's not good. So, what are your thoughts on Underworld Evolution? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of Underworld Rise of the Lycans, which is a prequel movie. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to see these other vids. Now, in the upper left-hand corner, I usually would mention this before I got into the review, but I forgot all about it. But if you want to try and catch what you might have missed, or see it again if you like, see my review of the first Underworld movie in the upper left-hand corner. The upper right-hand corner is my review of a real heavily dissed film, the worst superhero movie out there, Max Steel. And if you just want some more, or if you want something else bad, well, see my review of the Hellboy remake from 2019. And the bottom right-hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.